Opening with the king's pawn controls the center and opens up the light-squared bishop and queen, often leading to sharp games. The Sicilian defense controls the d4 square with c-pawn. Knight f3 develops the knight toward the center to prepare for a d4 pawn push, where the knight will recapture if black captures on d4. d6 opens up the light-squared bishop and prevents white from pushing the pawn to e5 after black eventually plays knight f6. Developing the bishop and increasing influence in the center. Black develops the knight and attacks the center. This defends a pawn that was under attack and had no defenders. A solid choice. Right on target. The bishop is ready to be developed to an active square. Castling kingside tends to be safer than queenside because the king is further from the center. This fianchettos the bishop by placing it on a powerful diagonal. This creates luft for the king, providing it an escape square. Castling to the same side of the board is a more cautious approach. A very strong play. Developing the knight and increasing influence in the center. White develops the bishop and attacks the center. That's not a mistake, but it's not the best move either. White develops the knight and attacks the center. Out comes the rook and into the battle. Very precise. This is the strongest option. One of the best moves. A solid choice. This maintains the balance in material with a good trade. Takes back. This move puts the bishop on a safer square. This overlooks an opportunity to develop a queen off its starting square. This threatens to capture a pawn and win material after the follow-up trades. This overlooks an opportunity to move a piece to safety. This is the only move that works. This removes a pawn that was threatening to win material. This wins a pawn. This misses an opportunity to defend a pawn that was under attack. Black has got rid of their isolated pawn and improved their pawn structure. This is the only good move. This defends a pawn that was under attack and had no defenders. Recaptures. Takes back. Right on target. A very strong play. This misses an opportunity to develop a queen off its starting square. This was a game-changing move, giving white a winning position. This allows the opponent to eventually win material. This wins material. Recaptures. Very precise. This mobilizes the knight, allowing it to control more of the board. This is a fair move. This defends the attacked pawn, putting the piece on a blockade square. This move puts the knight on a safer square. This develops a piece while also winning a tempo on a bishop. This defends the attacked bishop. The rooks are coordinated and powerfully doubled on the file. One of the best moves. This kicks a rook. This blocks white's pawn. This takes an open file, a common method for activating a rook. The knight finds a new active square. This threatens to win a knight through a fork. This defends a pawn that was under attack and had no defenders. This is not the right idea. This misses an opportunity to offer an equal trade of pieces. This allows the opponent to sacrifice a rook for a nice tactic. This misses an opportunity to sacrifice a rook for a nice tactic. This misses a better way to offer an equal trade of pieces. This connects the rooks, which helps them work together. The pawn is now adequately defended. A solid choice. This wins time by threatening a rook and forcing it to move away. This move puts the rook on a safer square. This offers to exchange pieces of equal value. This is an equal trade. Recaptures. This overlooks an opportunity to create a pawn chain. This allows the opponent to win a tempo by threatening a rook. This attacks a rook, winning a tempo when it moves away. The rook is now on an open file, which helps control squares across the board. This overlooks an opportunity to challenge the opposing rook for the open file. The rooks can see each other now, allowing them to provide mutual defense. This blocks the attack on a pawn that could have been captured. A very strong play. One of the best moves. This immobilizes the bishop by pinning it to the king. This is the strongest option. This misses an opportunity to connect rooks. This permits the opponent to challenge the opposing rook for the open file. This misses an opportunity to challenge the opposing rook for the open file. The rooks can see each other now, allowing them to provide mutual defense. This blocks an attack on a pawn. This creates a pawn chain, linked pawns that form a strong structure. After all captures, this is an equal trade. Takes back. The bishop finds a new active square. This defends a pawn that was under attack and had no defenders. Right on target. A solid choice. Putting the piece on a blockade square. This move puts the rook on a safer square. This blocks the check from an opposing rook. This creates a pawn chain, linked pawns that form a strong structure. This overlooks an opportunity to take an open file with a rook. A very strong play. An active king is critical in the endgame, and getting it off of the back rank is the first step. The knight now occupies a secure outpost. That's fine. Very precise. The rook is now on an open file, which helps control squares across the board. This is the strongest option. This makes a passed pawn. The passed pawn moves towards its goal. One of the best moves. Pushing a passed pawn. Right on target. A solid choice. Recaptures. The pawn is now passed because it can no longer be challenged by pawns as it tries to promote. This loses material, but the position was losing no matter what. This is a nice tactic found in time trouble, winning a pawn.